Yo, 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 yo. It's your boys, Cam and Doc, Rick Kamla, Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, and this is the Fantasy NBA today brought to you by FanDuel. Dr. Ace got his master's hat on, having a subpar hair day over here, so I'm rocking the Twins hat, Doc. And let's do this quiz on the air. Old school football jersey, as you can see, Broncos.
Oh, I got it. It just came to me, dude.
Did you look it up or did it just hit you like a lightning bolt?
It just hit me like a bolt of lightning.
Let's go. Who is it, bro?
It's Easy Ed McCaffrey.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
I was retweeting the fact that we are live on the air, and as I was hitting send, just like a bolt of lightning came out of the sky. Because you asked me whose jersey that was before we got on the air. I'm like, oh, it's a little dude from way back when. You're like, yeah. And you told me his name started with E, and I was like, nope, I'm never gonna get this. And then all of a sudden, bam! That's what happens when you get old, man. Just like randomly, some knowledge just pop you in the head.
Well, it's like your car, maybe on a cold winter morning. It takes a couple of starts for it to turn over, right?
Yeah, that's a good.
Especially
comparison.
Doc and I, we haven't been up that long. Okay, we haven't. I haven't been up all that long. That's why my eyes are a little. I don't know.
I've been getting up early though, man. I used to never get up till like noon, and now we got a grandbaby in the house, and I'm old. I'm older now. And my people do stuff early in the morning when I'll be up. Weird. I just take a series of naps every day. I never really go to bed.
That's interesting, man. What a life and what a show. We're so happy that you guys are here with us. We're going to continue our round by round breakdown. We're having a really good time with that. And I know you guys out there love that. Our show is brought to you by FanDuel. And a little heads up for those of you watching on Twitter or X. Not every offseason episode is going to be available on X. So make sure you subscribe to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast feed to catch every episode and stay in the loop. And our NBA draft guide is up right now at sportsethos.com. Please go check it out and investigate all of the offerings and the fantasy pass. Check all that out, man. Spend a little bit of money, have some fun, and it'll make you way smarter in the fantasy and betting space. You'll be able to monetize it, and everybody will be happy. Let's get to some news around the league. Doc, what are the Hawks thinking? Trading Kobe Buffkin to the Nets for cash considerations. 15th overall pick in 2023. And I get it. The guy's been injured and all that kind of stuff, but you didn't get anything back. They don't have a backup point guard right now. Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested in Kobe Buffkin now. I thought he was a good player. I thought he was never really going to get much of a chance with the Hawks because of their backcourt situation. So, I'm actually happy for him. What are the Hawks thinking? I mean, if you've got, if you're sitting on something that's good, but you're never going to use it, do you really need it? Like, I would have liked to see them trade him for something other than cash, but I'm interested to just see what he looks like actually playing decent minutes.
So he's up there. Let me look at the Brooklyn depth chart. I hate the Brooklyn depth chart.
I hate the Brooklyn depth chart.
Brooklyn, I hate your team. I do. I hate your team. It's so boring. Oh, my God. It's boring.
It's like your Jalen Suggs jersey, dude. It's just random.
How about the Ed McCaffrey jersey? This is the most random jersey ever,
let's talk about that for a second. Like, you're in Florida. Is it cold today? Did you need to put some sleeves on? Like, what's going on? They just got whooped by the Colts, right?
What, with me wearing this jersey?
Yeah.
I just wanted to mind boink you. That's all. That's the only reason I'm wearing this jersey. I just wanted to F with you, dude.
You did it for the show. Okay, you're not wearing that to the beach later today. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no. I wear like a LeBron or a Brunson or a Wemby or something. I rock an NBA because, dude, sun's out, guns out, bro. I ain't trying to cover these babies up, man. No, these sleeves are long on this old shirt.
Easy Ed McCaffrey.
So, dude, the guys at fanball.com, we used to have the Charch League used to be an auction league, right? So we'd all get together for the auction, old school style. This is 20 years ago, 25 years ago, right? And Rob Fithian, who I believe is a fantasy Hall of Famer, I don't know. But he and Charch are like a couple of the founding fathers of fantasy football. He would get like 10 jerseys. And then and it was kind of like just a cool thing for the employees, right? Some guys would walk out of a draft with 3 jerseys. Sometimes you'd get none, like just depending on who you bought. And you didn't know who he bought a jersey for. It was a cool bit, man. I got a Keyshawn Johnson that way. I got a Terrell Owens that way. I got a Marshall Faulk that way. I got an Ed McCaffrey that way. I think one other that I'm forgetting. But shout out to Rob Fithian and Paul Charchian, man, and fantasy football. So, Doc, back to the Nets depth chart that we hate so much. Igor Demin, Nolan Traore, okay, they were the 2 first-round picks, right? And there were 3. Ben Saraf was also a first-round pick at 26, but he's more of a 2 than a 1. Demin and Traore, okay, I've got them 1 and 2 on the depth chart. Kobe Buffkin, 3rd, Doc, but Kobe Buffkin could easily move to number 1 and be the starting guy on this team, like if Demin gets hurt or if Demin's just really struggling. By the way, Andre Lemouche, our producer, and a million other roles, he is the European basketball Yoda, right? And he's not a huge fan of Demin. That's all I need to hear, bro. Now, I'll put my eye on him, and then we'll make it. No, I mean, like, we need to make our evaluations too, but if Andre's banging on this dude, like, then I think the Nets screwed up the pick, dude.
I totally agree. I got Andre, and not only is a European savant, he also is an American basketball savant. Like, he won't tell you that, but I mean, he could easily sit on the show and drop the same, maybe even better knowledge than we're dropping. I don't know, but Andre's the man. If he doesn't like Igor Demin, then I don't either. And Kobe Buffkin legit might be the starting point guard for this team. Like, at this point, that's who I would put my money on to start.
I don't disagree, dude. But look, they got to play the rookies too. So I wouldn't see Buffkin, especially with the injury concerns. And teams coddle, go, he's always hurt. We got to be careful with him. But they also got to see their young guys. They're also going to win 20 games. So I don't know, man.
In a way, Buffkin is sort of a rookie. Like, how many games?
Good point.
How many games has Buffkin played in his career? Like,
I'm going to say 60. I'll look it up. I bet he's played 60 NBA games.
That high? I was thinking it's more like 30 to 40, but I don't know.
Oh my God, it's 27 games, bro.
27.
In 2 years, 27 games.
They were never going to use him. So.
Whoa, dude. Whoa. But this year, so let's get to the Hawks, okay? Like, Buffkin will be super, super, super low in my rankings, but he now will be ranked, right? Like, that's the live ranking update for you, brought to you by FanDuel. He'll be added somewhere. I mean, Buffkin was completely off the radar, not even ranked, not even thought or considered, right? Is the backup to Trae Young. So let's talk about the Hawks side of this for a minute, Doc. According to reports, right now they're looking at Dyson Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, potentially Jalen Johnson to take up backup point guard minutes, right? That's not going to work. That's not sustainable, especially if you want to be someone. Okay, I have the fix. And a lot of times a move like this that has us scratching our heads, Doc, is the move before the move. The Hawks need to go sign Russell freaking Westbrook. How much more would you love the Hawks roster and upward mobility in the East with Russell Westbrook. I might even like fall back into Hawk fandom if that. I seriously might. If they get Westbrook, I'll probably get back on the bandwagon.
You love Westbrook, man. Yeah, this does feel like a move before the move type of move because the Hawks depth chart shows that there is no one, and I mean no one, to back up Trae Young. Like you said, it's Luke Kennard, it's NAW, it's Dyson Daniels. Now, personally, I'd love to see Dyson Daniels play 40 minutes a night and divide it up between shooting guard and point guard and average 5 steals and 17 points a game. But I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, they're going to sign somebody. And if Russ is the best player sitting out there, that'd be a pretty nice call by you if it happens.
So we're going to talk about Kuminga in a minute. You know, you've got Melton out there. You've got Peyton the second out there. They're likely to go back to GSW. I don't have my list of other free agents. Paul has signed. Brogdon has signed. You know, those were a couple of bigger name vet backup point guard types. They've already got teams now. And again, we love Brogdon. Well, I'll just speak for myself. Brogdon to the Knicks. How NBA? How did you let that happen? It's so stupid by the other 29 teams. Oh, the Knicks just went out and got Malcolm Brogdon. Dude, they got a Draymond Green, Rudy Gobert chokehold on the Eastern Conference. Yeah. All right, Doc, let's move on here. So the Timberwolves signed Bones Highland, Doc. And this is interesting. I really like this move because you've got so Doc, I'm a little clustered with my thoughts. I am so with you on Mike Conley. Mike Conley, I love you. Could you please grab a microphone and go into TV, please? Like I'm not with you on getting all the vets out, right? Some of them are like, Doc, hold up. But with Conley, I'm so there with you. But you got Rob Dillingham, you got Dante DiVincenzo, you got Bones Highland. But could Bones Highland outplay Dillingham and be the backup point guard? I mean, I think it's possible. I don't think it's likely, but I think it's possible.
I don't see it. I just, first of all, I don't think of Bones as a point guard, really. And Dillingham is supposed to be the future point guard of this team. And the only thing standing in his way is a 47-year-old grandpa named Mike. So I need to see Dillingham play. I mean, I've hardly seen him. He was shaky at best his rookie year. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, the point guard thing in Minnesota is weird because Dante DiVincenzo was about to take off last year and he got hurt and that shut it down. Dillingham still never really stepped up. It was just Mike Conley, more Mike Conley. But I don't know. I mean, is Bones Highland he's going to mess up Johnny Juzang a little bit, right? Like that's where the hit's going to come, I think. I could be wrong though. Maybe he's going to play a lot of point. I don't know.
Ultimately,
I don't like
Bones
care.
Yeah, ultimately, look, I like Bones Highland. He's swaggy. He's got kind of a, I don't know. He's got a loud game. He's got kind of a noisy game. I do like him. There's a reason that he's kind of caught up in the wash and like edge of rosters and stuff. I mean, he's not that good. If he were better, like he'd be a starter and all that kind of, and he's bounced around from team to team to team. So good for Bones Highland. You're with a fantastic team. But yeah, I think he'll be the third string point guard on the Wolves. I think it's a very good move right before training camp for the Wolves to add a little Bones Highland. The guy's competitive. He'll help you out in practice. All right. Bismack Biyombo got signed by the San Antonio Spurs, Doc. 1-year deal. I'm not bringing this up to talk about Bismack. I'm bringing this up because they have signed Luke Cornett to a lucrative deal. They have also acquired Kelly Olynyk. You have 4 centers now, Doc, and you're probably the deepest center room in the entire league. Wemby, Cornett, Olynyk, and Biyombo. I have a question for you because it didn't really happen until, like, why are you signing Biyombo? Why? Why don't you have some young dude there? Why are you going with like a 31-year, however old he is, right? Biyombo's been in the league forever. Why are you signing him? So I'm like, are the Spurs kind of low-key worried about Wemby? Like, you spent, I think, huge money on Kornet, although it's only a 2-year deal, looks like a 4-year deal, but it's still big money. Why did you go get Olynyk? Why'd you go do that? You just paid Kornet. Okay. And now you went and got Biyombo. So are they, is this all insurance? Are they low key worried about Wemby? What's up?
I don't think so. Because if Wemby goes down, you still have Kornet. You don't need Bismack Biyombo. This makes no sense to me. It's like when you walk out of a fantasy draft and you look at your team and you're like, why did I draft that fifth center? Like, I didn't need that. I should have used it on a young potential stud that is an unknown. I don't know what they're doing. I have no explanation for it. Even if they're concerned about Wemby, you don't need, 3 kind of big names backing him up. I don't know. This gives me no pause on Victor Wembanyama, although it's just weird. It's weird.
It gives me no pause on Wemby either. Number 1 overall pick, all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, why? Because we try to vet that stuff and figure it out here in fantasy land. And then finally, Doc, and we're going to get to our fantasy basketball top 24. ESPN is reporting that the Warriors offered Jonathan Kuminga a 3-year, $75 million deal late last week. Kuminga doesn't want to sign it. There's a team option on year 3. They originally had 2 years and 45 with a team option on the second year. Okay, this is a massive upgrade by the Warriors. This is the nicest thing the Warriors have ever done to Jonathan Kuminga, including drafting him. Okay, they're offering him because you got to throw the third year away. It's team option. They're offering him $50 million. Okay. He's not worth more than $25 million a year. To me, this is market value, Doc. And I don't know if it's Kuminga. I don't know if it's his agent, but there's some ignorance going on here. They should take this money. Rather than play the year at 1 year and $8 million, what if you pop an Achilles, bro? You're never going to make that money back. You're going to be Dennis Schroeder, Bonzi Wells, Latrell Sprewell. Take this bag.
Bonzi Wells. Yes. Yeah, I mean, Kuminga and his agent are playing hardball. And when you play hardball, man, you either win or you lose. And it's possible that Kuminga is going to lose this battle. And the longer this goes on, the bigger the rift becomes, the more it stalls all the other dominoes that need to fall. It's very interesting. And yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say other than that he's playing hardball. It seems like he should take it.
He's not going to be able to boost his value on the Warriors this year. That's another miscalculation here. You're going to play for 1 year and $8 million. You're going to hit free agency in 2026, unrestricted, but you're going to come off a year where you average 12, 13 points off the Golden State bench. They don't have a starting spot for him. That's like, it's so stupid. Well, we'll just go make a bunch of money. How are you going to pop your value, dude? And again, so you're subjecting yourself to losing a ton of value, and you have no upside unless Draymond blows a tire or Butler blows a tire or Moody blows a tire. Then maybe you start, but that's a risky game to play. It's dumbassery, dude. It's really serious. Jonathan Kuminga, I am sorry that you have the agent you have. If you are saying, I will not take that money, well, then you're to blame. But it's your problem, not mine. But 25 mil for Jonathan Kuminga, bro, you just won, okay? And you're turning it down. Doc, he's not Wheel of Fortune. You play that thing at the end and you freaking win and I'm good. Give it to Jared. I don't want it. No, I don't. I spent the whole show out here with Pat freaking Sajak and I don't want it. Take the money, dude. All right, top 24, Doc. Devin Booker leads us off. Ooh. Devin Booker leads us off, brother. It looks like maybe I'm not the only guy who is super geeked about Devin Booker this year. Do you agree with this ADP on Devin Booker at 13?
Going in, I was not as high on Devin Booker as you were. I've looked at it a lot since then. He's going to dominate in Phoenix. I like what the people are thinking here, man. I mean, this seems like the right place for Devin Booker to be going in drafts.
So do I agree with this ADP? I do not. I have Booker late first round. I won't tell you the exact number, but I have him late first round. You've got kind of like to me, there's a break point. Is there a break point? There's not really. These are all badasses, man. There's no tiering.
But
here.
Do you agree that 13 is a nice spot for Booker?
I think it's a nice spot for him. What I'm saying is, I've got him.
You're taking him sooner than that.
I can't say, but I've got him late first round. We're talking about a handful of spots, right? That I'm off here. Not even a handful.
But heat of the moment, you never know.
No, I mean, I'm pretty good on this. Like, for example, Booker versus LeBron, I'm taking Booker. Booker versus Durant, I'm taking Booker. Guys, I think Booker is going to be 27, 28, 29. Devin Booker might, because, Doc, he is at a perfect sort of cross-section of his superpowers are at the peak of what they will be, right? Devin Booker's at peak prime right now. He's not on the way to peak prime. He's at peak prime right now. And you just lost Durant. You just lost Beal. And you did bring in Jalen Green. But Jalen Green's a young fella, and he's going to know where he's going to get in his place, and Devin's going to be the dude. I think Devin's going to have the best season of his career. I think Devin could, probably won't, but could threaten for the scoring title. Again, I think Luka's gonna go crazy this year, and SGA is going to be 30 plus. I don't know if Booker's getting to 30 plus, dude, right? But I see 28, 29 from Book. I do.
Well, I don't think most people are going to be taking Booker in the first round. So early second round, right where the people are taking Booker right now, seems right to me. So I have him ranked lower than that, but I'm not going to sit here and say that a player has to be exactly where he is on my list for me to agree. I mean, 13 sounds right to me on Devin Booker, and that's it. If I get the first or second pick in the second round, he's the guy I'm going to be looking at. So I definitely like him there, and I'm surprised at some of the other names on this list. Like, this is going to be a good conversation because I've got some of these guys higher than I should.
So Andre's asking some very good questions. I'm going to give you these rapid fire style. Booker versus Sabonis. Stop it. That's not even a decision. I'm being funny here. Sabonis is not even on my radar on the first round. So that's an obvious Booker. Booker versus Trey. It's Trey. And Doc, I'll circle back to you with these. Booker versus Harden. It's Booker. Very close, though. And then, Rick, do you have Booker over, under, half a round higher than this spot? Under. It's not a full half round. It's not even a handful. It's like a few. Let's go with that. It's a few spots. So, Doc, Sabonis or Booker?
Booker.
Okay. Booker or Trey?
Trey.
Booker or Harden?
Harden.
Okay. I got you. So yeah, I'm not mad about I'm actually happy about this ADP. Like, that's where Booker should be, right? He should be first round fringe. I'm fine with it. I'm just saying I'm higher on Booker than even that. And I think Phoenix is going to be low key decent. I do. I think they're going to be around 500, playing tournament-ish. And hopefully I'm right about that, because if I'm wrong about that, then Devin Booker might get shut down, and this may be a real buzzkill. All right, 14, Doc. 14 ADP is Stephen Curry. Do you agree with this ADP on the great Stephen Curry?
I do. I like it. I've got him ranked very close to that. And that seems where he should be going. Yes, he's older than dirt. I'm cool with drafting James Harden. I'm cool with drafting Steph Curry. I'm good with LeBron. I'm good with Durant. Like, those are the old guys that I'm cool with. And I like the fact that Booker is going before Curry, like, savvy, but 14 sounds right for Steph Curry to me.
So I'm not supposed to give my rankings, so I'm not going to, but I'm going to right now. This is bang on. I have Curry at 14. And this is the first time that's happened, dude. We did the top 12. I did not. I mean, I was close, maybe like one off, but there was no right on the number. Maybe at the top there was. Actually, I don't think there was. Who cares? I got Curry at 14. And let me make this point. I think let's see, 14. So you've got 13, 14. If you get the 11th or 12th pick, and so usually that pick sucks. It doesn't this year. I've got kind of a top 14, Doc. So that means that you're, 11, 12, 13, 14. For me, it's the end of a tier. So that means that's the last two picks of the first round, first two picks of the second round. So if you are 11 or 12 and you do it right, like, because I think there's a break point. And let me just go into my rankings and show you what I mean. I've got Curry at 14. I've got Mobley at 15. Okay. To me, that's a drop off. You're going Steph Curry. Steph Curry's at 25, 5 and 6, 4 threes a game, a little bit more than a steal. Come on, dude. That's a better stat line than what Evan Mobley's putting out there. And Mobley's stat line's great, but it's not that. I feel like that's a break point. And then it's Mobley and like studs, but they're not at that Curry, Harden, J-Dub, LeBron, Durant level. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I do. And I already said it, but the four old guys I'm good with drafting are Durant, LeBron, Harden, and Curry. So, and I think that is perfectly appropriate for Curry at 14.
All right, so let's move on to number 15, LeBron James. Just continues to kind of sink, dude. Do you agree with this ADP of 15 on LeBron James?
It's interesting, man, because this whole we're giving the keys of the organization, the Lakers, to Luka Doncic. We're moving on from LeBron. We're starting the separation process. And I was concerned about that. Back in July and June, you and I were talking, and I was like, Rick, is this bad for LeBron? Like, is he going to check out this year and wait until next year to really try to turn it back on? And you're like, nah, man, this is going to be an FU year for LeBron. And he's going to go out and kill. And I was like, okay, you're right. I feel it. And I kind of said, I'm going all in on LeBron. Like, I'm surprised a little bit that LeBron is this low. I thought people would be taking him in the first round. Like you said, man, you get the 12th pick in your draft, and you can get LeBron and KD with the last pick and the first pick in between those two rounds. Or LeBron and Harden, or LeBron and Curry, or KD and Curry.
Exactly.
Like, that's fun. Booker and Curry. Like,
yes, it is.
There's just a lot to love about. I think you either want a top 4 pick this year, or you want to be 11th or 12th. Like, you don't want to be 8th.
Great call, dude. Phenomenal call. I love that call. I love that call. The top 4 is still really, really clutch. Wemby, Jokic, Luka, SGA. Come on, dude. Come on. Not necessarily in that order, but you get the point. All right, so my answer on this, I do not agree with this ADP for LeBron James. I'm not mad at it. I'm off by 4 spots. I got James at 11. He's a late first-round guy for me. And so again, like Doc said, man, end of the first round in a 12-team league this year is a good spot to be. I usually don't. I mean, the exception to that, Doc, is if you're in a startup dynasty league. And you do not want to be last in a startup dynasty league. You don't. In our mock, I was last. It sucks. It causes you to reach more, right, and kind of get out of your suit and you got to reach for guys. I don't know. The inaugural draft of the Cam Dynasty, I had the last pick. Man, did that suck. I had to wait forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Did get Evan Mobley though. So anyway, who cares? 15, LeBron James. Love him this year. Everything you said. And I disagree with this ADP, but it's like the Booker thing. I mean, it's close, but I'm within 4 spots. I mean, LeBron at 15, what a value. Are you kidding me? Ooh, okay. Save that, bottle that. At the end of this round, we will tell you the best value pick of this round. Might be LeBron, might be Curry. Who knows? Let's keep going. Number 16, Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell at 16. That's a low number. But you know what, Doc? Again, I usually go to you first, but I have Donovan Mitchell at 16. Okay, so Curry at 14, Mitchell at 16. I mean, we're in lockstep with ADP here. And so I'm excited for the people rocking with their boy Cam right now. Donovan Mitchell at 16. Obviously, I agree with that ADP. Doc, how about you?
I wonder who's going to be doing the show with me on Monday after you get suspended by Andre for giving away all your rankings.
He said we can. He said feel free to mention them.
I know, dude. I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
To me, it's a little early for D Mitch, but I'm good with it. There's no Darius Garland. He's going to be hurt. He's going to be hurt. But Donovan Mitchell's going to ball out because Garland's not going to be there. So 16 seems appropriate. Like I'm good with that ADP. I agree with it.
All right, Donovan Mitchell, we agree. So let's move on. It's going to have a big
I
year,
doubt
man.
we're going to agree with this one.
Let's go to number 17. Whoa. Y'all need a reality check on Tyrese Maxey at 17. Doc, they need our help more than ever. Tyrese Maxey at 17. Do you agree with this ADP?
If I knew Joel Embiid and Paul George were going to play this season, this ADP is spot on. But Joel Embiid is not going to play a lot of games, and Paul George just had surgery, so that's not looking good. And the Sixers, the key to this whole thing is the Sixers will be desperate to hold on to their draft pick, which means they are very likely to be tanking. And like this, I'm not drafting Tyrese Maxey. And you and I have both dropped him way down the board. And yeah, Gesundheit, Rick.
Thank you. That was the best played mute I've had probably all year. Because usually I'm talking while muted, and that was a good mute right there. Because that was a loud as hell. As my mom used to say, you could wake the dead with that sneeze. So what people don't do, Doc, they don't contextualize. You got to contextualize. You can't just go, oh, Max is a stud. Look at these numbers last year. They're phenomenal. He's going to do this all over again. You've got to contextualize. LeBron James. Okay. Oh, I don't want LeBron. He's old. He's 1 year off from retirement. It's a Larry David spite store year for LeBron James. Come on. Contextualize. Let me look at my rankings here. Where are some other situations of contextualizing? Booker. Let's see here. All right, just who cares? But but you got to contextualize. And so maybe it's kind of specific to this case, to Tyrese Maxey, but you can't just look at those numbers. Oh, he'll be fine. Think about this deeper, dude, or just listen to the OGs, the GOATs. And we're telling you to run from Maxey. Don't draft him. He's a poison pill this year. And look, is it a guarantee that he's a poison pill? No, it's not. But Embiid, George, the uncertainty, the need to tank, it's all very, very ominous. So, Doc, I recently, I can't remember when, updated my rankings. And so Flag took L's, Anthony Davis took L's, Tyrese Maxey took massive L's, dude. Let me tell you where Maxey ended up. Where do I have Maxey? I got Maxey at 39, bro. I got Maxey at 39 because all the guys above him aren't as good as him, but they're green lit, right? They're vetted, long season, long run, great stats. They fit my whole thing. And Maxey ended up at 39, bro. So I'm 22 spots off of ADP on Tyrese Maxey.
Which means you have no interest in drafting Tyrese Maxey. I don't either. Got him about the same place. Again, if we knew Embiid and George were going to play, if Philly wasn't tanking for a draft pick, this is completely appropriate for Maxey. But as it stands, like you said, poison pill, like this a sucker's bet. It's maybe Maxey plays the whole year, but I think the odds of that happening are extremely slim.
If you are listening to this show, one thing's for sure, you rock. And you're rocking with Cam and Doc and Andre and Brew. We're the guys. We're the GOATs, man. And you're a fantasy basketball diehard if you're here. We love that. We're in this together. We're a family, man. And you're in the right place to win championships with us. If you guys want the ultimate edge, you may already know what to do, but if you don't, go to sportsethos.com. The Brewski 150 drops for Ethos 360 subscribers on September 30th. My Pop Players on October 2nd. Doc's My Guys on October 9th. We have much more to offer with our tools, deep dive analysis, strategy guides. Our draft guide will help you dominate whether you're a beginner or a pro like us. If you are playing head-to-head, Roto, Dynasty, Best Ball, or Points Leagues, we got you no matter what the format is. Please check it out at sportsethos.com. All right, I got to climb back up here, Doc, and get to more of the top 24 as we move on to 18, Doc, ADP. It is Jalen Brunson. Do you agree with this ADP?
I'm surprised by this ADP. I feel like people would draft Brunson earlier than this, but I think that's about the right spot for him. I'm just surprised that he's all the way down at 18. Does that surprise you, Rick, that he is that low? Because I don't think you would take him at like 11 or 12, and I'm not taking him at 12 or 13, but I'm surprised he's down at 18.
I will say, if I'm within one spot, I'll just say I agree with the ADP. So I agree with this ADP. I got Brun Dog, as I call him, at 17. I've actually got him one spot higher than this. Love me some Brunson, dude. Love me some Brunson. I know the guy's a warrior, man. I feel good. I feel good about, like, Doc, if it's Sunday and the game's coming down to it, and I got the Knicks are playing on Sunday, and I got Brundog rolling out there, dude. I'm not on easy street, but I feel good about that. I know my boy's gonna be out there, right? Just a freaking serial killer, man, with a scalpel, just slicing and dicing, man. He's my guy, dude. He's my guy.
Do you have a Brunson jersey?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Considering a white one as well. I've got the classic blue. I love that jersey, by the way. No matter who's wearing it. Oakley, that'd be a cool jersey to get, dude. It's too much money though, man. I can't be spending all this money on jerseys, bro. Especially random jerseys like Jalen Suggs.
You need an Anthony Mason jersey.
That's a good one. If I was going old school, I'd probably go Pat. I was a huge Patrick Ewing fan and a big Oakley fan. The Oakley would be a dope jersey to get, man, especially with all the stuff with Jim Dolan, because it's like a Rage Against the Machine, Fight the Power thing. Like, Oak, I got you, man.
Bernard King. Ooh,
BK'd be an awesome jersey to get. So what can I say? I agree with this. Jalen Brunson turns an ankle and he's like, so. And by the way, the whole Cat thing where he's on the boot and yo ass team and Tibbs is gone, and so I'm fading Cat because of that. I have no worries about Brunson in that regard. Brunson doesn't need a coach to ignite him. Okay, he's a self-starter, as they say, and just he's a killer. He's got one thing in mind: extracting your heart from your torso and walking off the winner. All right, Doc. Next up in our top 24. ADP evaluation, Jalen Williams at 19, a.k.a. J-Dub. Do you agree or disagree with this ADP?
I understand this ADP. I've got him ranked a lot earlier than this. I will be drafting. This makes me happy because it means I'm probably going to get J-Dub in a lot of my leagues. If I have a late pick in the first round. If I have an early pick in the first round, maybe not. But I would take J-Dub at like 11 or 12, honestly. So I like seeing him at 19. It makes sense. I get it. He's a second fiddle to SGA, but I'm telling you, man, if he had his own team and didn't have SGA in his way, he'd be going top. He'd be up there with the top 4 guys we keep talking about.
Bro, Tyrese Maxey versus Jalen Williams isn't even a decision. It's not even if you contextualize. If you don't contextualize and you just look at stat line, I understand taking Maxey over J-Dub. Maxey was at 26 a game last year, and J-Dub's not going to get that high. Never going to happen as long as SGA is healthy. I greatly disagree with this ADP. I've got J-Dub at 12, Doc. And so very end of the first round. Again, if you're 11, 12, I mean, it's a sweet spot to go bang, bang, and just get 2 monsters this year. But J-Dub at 19 to me is not even close. So I'm over a half round off on that. So, all right, let's move on. But Jalen, guys, you are committing fantasy basketball suicide if you take Tyrese Maxey over Jalen Williams. You will hate that decision come about, I don't know, probably early, maybe late. You will come to hate that decision at some point. Trust your boys on that one. Because it's not like we're giving you some wild, crazy, oh my God, it's such a red. Jalen Williams is so locked in with phenomenal stats. And the guy played with a busted wrist, and I think he had 2 injuries or something. Like, come on, man. The guy's a show up and play guy. Give me a break. You got to contextualize people or just listen to your boys. Number 20, Doc, in the top 24 ADP evaluation is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant at 20. Do you agree or disagree with this ADP?
I have him a lot earlier than that as well. Like if I'm picking at the end of the first round, I get J-Dub and LeBron or J-Dub and KD or J-Dub and Booker, I'm good with all those. So, I low key like Kevin Durant more than I like LeBron. So, no, I don't agree with it. I think he should be going earlier.
I'm almost a round off. Maybe I am a full round off. Durant is at 20, almost a full round off. I'm 10 picks off here. This isn't even close. Durant at 20. Why are you all hating on Durant? Why are you guys, because he doesn't play games. He never plays games. Okay, he does have some issues with games played. But let's take a look here, Doc. Who else can I bang on that they've got maybe? Well, there's really nobody. The Maxey thing this year. I mean, Maxey over Durant? Are you serious? Like, even if we're playing this straight, even if Tyrese Maxey was going to be a 70-game guy this year, am I taking Maxey over Durant? I don't know, dude. Durant is, do I need to remind you guys? 27, 7, and 4 every night. Tyrese Maxey doesn't do that. About a block, about a steal. worried about, I don't know, 2.5 threes, whatever it is for Durant. Maybe his fantasy gold is close, but a little bit below Maxey. I mean, I don't know. But when you contextualize again, then that's where Kevin Durant totally wins. So no, I don't agree with that ADP. How about Alpi Şengün, Doc, at 21? Do you agree or disagree with that ADP on Şengün'i?
I've got him ranked lower than that. I'm kind of I've kind of finally caught up to the masses of people who hate his lack of defense fantasy gold. However, he did ball out in Eurobasket. He is coming in hot. He's got Kevin Durant with him now. Houston's going to try to win a championship. So maybe this is the year that Şengün does more, but I'm not really seeing. I've got him ranked a little lower than this. And the fact you can get all these mid-level centers late in your draft, I'd rather go for gunners at this stage than centers.
I love that last point, dude. You don't need to take Şengün. No, I got to get a center. No, you don't. I mean, if you take one thing from our offseason evaluations and conversations, fade the center position, or at least like you just don't have to reach for it and get all geeked and panicked about it. Calm down. Giannis is center eligible. Davis is center eligible. Mobley is center eligible. I didn't even have them ranked as centers, okay? Holmgren is center eligible. You've got all the centers, and then you've got all the PFs that are also C's. Siakam's going to have a C probably by his name, okay? Come on. You do not need to take centers high. If it's the right pick, then make it. But Sabonis in round 1 is a horse shit pick, and Şengün in round 2 is what I just said too, okay? It's not even close, dude. I've got, sorry to cuss, but I just felt at that time it was appropriate, and I've been a good boy here. I've got Alpi Şengün at 34, bro. We're more than a round off here. 21 versus 34. Come on, guys. Let's go. You're better than that. That's why they come to us, bro. Andre Lemouche adds, pardon me. Şengün did a great job working on the aspects of his game that he needed to. He's a bit more explosive, quicker, doing a good job balancing his height and strength while getting as much as possible from his mobility. Andre, what I would like to know, did he pop more threes at Eurobasket than we're used to seeing him pop in the NBA? I would like to know that, and I believe Andre will have that answer momentarily. But yeah, so I love me some Alpi Şengün, Doc, but he's a late 3rd round pick, like early 4th round pick for me. No higher than that.
Same. The next guy, speaking of big men, number 22, Evan Mobley. This is spot on. I love him right here. This is the appropriate time to take him. I would put him at 21 and take him instead of Alpi Şengün. I feel like the sky is the limit for Evan Mobley, Rick. And I feel like, and I heard you, I guess you have him in Cam Dynasty, so you're fired up about Evan Mobley as well. But I like the fact that he flies under the radar. You know, you don't hear his name a lot. You don't see a lot of highlights. But he's just out there every night working and getting stuff done. So 22 sounds perfect to me on Evan Mobley.
Quickly going back to Şengün, Andre said no, you're totally good. On the 3 ball, he said he took some, but the shot selection from 3 wasn't great. So that doesn't really sound like an advanced aspect of his game. The proof will be in the NBA this season, obviously. So Evan Mobley at 22. I greatly disagree with this ADP, Doc. I greatly disagree with it. I'm over half a round off. I've got Mobley at 15. Mobley starts like the second tier for me. I told you I've got a top 14, 11, 12, 13, 14, great picks right there. We talked about that. So then this is where that break point is. And then Mobley's that first guy of the next tier for me. And so we're over a half round off. Mobley at 22. I got him at 15. No, he's more valuable than that. And I love what you said. I mean, Mobley versus Şengün. Come on, dude. Like you got to go for the block goodies, man, with that. And Mobley's like the PR, they're going to be close in points. They're going to be close in rebounds. Clearly, Şengün's going to probably double him up in the dime category, like 5 to 2.5, something like that. But Mobley's going to double him in blocks. And Mobley's a good steal guy. Mobley should. I mean, where are we going with the 3-ball game with Mobley? Hopefully, we're getting up close to 2, 1.5, right? Şengün's probably going to be way off of that. And we've talked a lot about the lack of fantasy gold for Alpi Şengün. So that's that. Paolo Banchero, Doc, makes the show here. Top 24 ADP evaluation, comes in at 23. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, it seems right. I like it. I agree with it. Paolo's going to have a big year. He's the most reliable thing we've got in Orlando. I think Orlando is going to be very good. They're going to be going for it in the East this year. They need all hands on deck, and that starts and ends with Paolo Banchero. And I think this is the year he kind of breaks out and we finally see what all the hype is truly about. I think he's going to start playing a little more defense this year, and he's just going to have to carry a big load. Desmond Bane is there, but I think Bane is going to hurt Franz Wagner more than he's going to mess with Paolo. So I love Paolo right there with Mobley.
All right, let's figure this out here. You all are taking Paolo 23rd overall. I have Paolo ranked 19th overall. So I mean, it's close. Late second round. Okay, we're in the right ballpark here, but I'm a little north of 23. Again, Maxey over Banchero doesn't compute to me. Şengün over Banchero doesn't compute to me. You want to rock with Mobley or Durant or J-Dub or Brunson or Donovan Mitchell over Paolo. I'm very, very cool with that. But Şengün and Maxey, I think that's a big, big mistake. If you take those guys over Paolo Banchero, you are very quickly in the season as you're watching Monday Night Football and you see Paolo Banchero 35, 9, and 8, on the bottom line. You're like, I passed on Paolo and I took Maxey, and Maxey's already hurt and already in tank mode. What did I do to my team? Don't do that. Just listen to your boys. Let's round out the top 24, Doc, with Scottie Barnes, one of my faves at 24. Do you agree or disagree with this ADP?
I have him ranked 24th. It's exactly where I have him. I like the fact that I think of him as struggling a little bit the last 2 seasons, but then you go look at the numbers and they're pretty freaking good. So if struggling Scottie is that good, what is on point Scottie going to be? He's going to be a monster. His coach has called him, future face of the league in the past, and I really like Scottie Barnes. And I love little guys or not big guys that block shots, and he's one of those. So give me all the Scottie that you have.
I basically agree with this ADP, but I'm going to tell you that I also kind of disagree with it. I'm higher on Barnes than this ADP represents. I'm 4 spots higher. I'm at 20 with Barnes, 24. Okay, late second round. Don't sleep on this, guys. Look, I mean, we're talking about like 19, 6, and 6. The PRA is amazing. Give or take a number here and there. He's a 1-1-1 guy, block, steals, and threes across the board, healthy over all of them at the 1 level. So Doc, I told you when I was updating my rankings the other night, Anthony Davis kept taking more losses, right? And wow, wait a minute. We talked about Anthony Davis in the first episode with the top 12. So I'll just say this. I have Scottie Barnes ranked ahead of Anthony Davis. And as Anthony Davis was falling down the ladder, I just went to Basketball Reference just to double check their stats, and I'm like, I love Scottie Barnes stats, man. I love his stat set, dude. He's my guy. PRA machine and a fantasy gold monster. He's like he's everything I care about in fantasy. And he's tough. He's durable. He plays. So I love me some Scottie Barnes, man.
Sounds like you're talking about my guy Jalen Williams right there.
Exactly. That's a good point. What would it take for Barnes to beat this ADP? You know what? Brandon Ingram getting hurt and probably quickly getting hurt, because if it's static, I mean, I just think he's going to have the value that we see here. But if guys get hurt, I guess he could spike up to 22 a game. But he's a really good playmaker and distributor and kind of a Scottie Pippen-esque jack of all trades. So I'm not sure he could spike. I don't know. I just that would be my answer. What would it take for him to beat this ADP? A couple of injuries on the Raptors.
I don't even know if it takes that. I think he's going to be really, really good. I think as long as he stays healthy, I think he's going to return like top 15 value. So I don't think it's going to take that much for him to beat this ADP as long as he stays healthy and as long as he keeps blocking shots.
All right, Doc, who is the best value pick of the top 24 of round 2? Who's the best value pick?
For me, it's easy. It's Jalen Williams at 19. Give me that all day long. If I get Jalen Williams at 19, I'll be celebrating.
I guess this is pretty simple. It's just the biggest difference between where I have them and the ADP, right? So I've got I had a pretty big difference on Jalen Williams of 7, but I had a difference of 10 with Kevin Durant, Doc. So I'm going to say that Kevin Durant is the best value pick of the second round at an ADP of 20, where I've got him ranked at 10. So Kevin Durant's my best value pick of round 2. I also I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Kevin Durant is my answer. J-Dub is a great answer by you, Doc. And now I need one more great answer from you as we slide into the FanDuel win total for our episode here, the Fantasy NBA Today, brought to you by FanDuel. Rick Kamla, Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. The Toronto Raptors, Doc, have a FanDuel win total of 38.5. Are you over or under this number?
I am not a Raptors guy. I love Scottie Barnes, but I'm not too high on the Raptors. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go under, but I don't feel confident enough to put like a bunch of money on that. Like I am not doing that. But man, there's a certain website out there where their basketball stuff is just all jacked up right now. I'm going under, Rick.
Dude, I think there's a lot to read into this number. I saw this number, Doc, and I was like, what? 38.5? What? Phoenix was at like 33 or something. 33.5, whatever. And I think that, like, this is kind of wild and crazy to me. What it also tells me, Doc, is that I think we can feel better about taking Raptors, because if they are at 38.5, 39, 40 wins, they're going to be in the play-in tournament, Doc, and there's going to be no shutdown. That's what this number is saying. And these numbers they're pretty legit. It's Vegas. I mean, we can disagree and bet on it and find value and all that kind of stuff. And Vegas isn't perfect, but it's a decent indicator that Toronto might be pretty improved this year. But I still got to go under on this number, dude. I mean, what did they win last year? I'm going to look this up real quick. I'm going to say they won 33 games last year. That's just a guess, an educated guess. They won. You already have the preseason standings up. Give me a break, dude.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Killing me. Why do you have they should still have the standings up from last year. And then I changed it, and it's still.
They're not there. You're not going to find it.
Dude, I just want to look at the standings. I just want to look.
You got to go to NBA.com.
On a very prominent website, and I can't. It's the website that starts with an E. Bro, you're taking L's out there, man. You got to be kidding me, dude. You got to be kidding me. That's all right. We're moving on. I don't know how many games Toronto won last year, but I'm going under on 38.5. Doc, do you have anything else to the?
No, we are out.
Ladies and gentlemen, a couple things I want to tell you here before we say bye-bye. Do not forget that during the offseason, we're going to be answering listener questions on the show. Please go over to the Sports Ethos YouTube channel, find our most recent video, drop your question in the comments, and we will be pulling from those and answering them and having fun with you guys and helping you. Subscribe to the Sports Ethos YouTube channel. Most of our episodes are available there. Plus, you can hang out with us live as we prep to dominate fantasy basketball this year and win championships, okay? SportsEthos.com is your destination, and the app that you need is the Sports Ethos app. It's completely free. For Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, for Andre Lemouche, I am Rick Kamla. Thank you for watching and listening and judging and enjoying the Fantasy NBA Today, brought to you by FanDuel. Peace.